Hi guys, welcome back to another full moon forecast and projections. This full moon is going to take place under the astrological sign Sagittarius. Zodiac sign, not astrological. So it's going to be a lunar eclipse. So what to look out for is our liver, our hips, our thighs, and our scrotum. And it's right before Mercury retrograde, so it's going to be that much more, powerful. I definitely feel like it's going to be a positive shift, because of the golden hue of this moon. I feel like more abundance and prosperity. They're showing me the door to abundance from the energy oracle cards. So the greatest need is to always search for something. In order to feel safe, you may find that you need to have a goal, mission, or philosophy that gives you a life meaning. With Moon in Sagittarius, you have an optimistic approach to life, and you believe that the things will be better if you get into trouble. And I definitely feel like, when they were talking about, showing the young lady that I sometimes see on TikTok, where she's showing how she saves money for certain things, just in case that something comes up, she has the funds to do so. So, I definitely feel like, and I feel like, reflecting back to when things happen, how spirit or universe or God or the divine, whoever you call them, that you have faith in, has always taken care of you. You know that they never let you fall on your face. They never let you fall. They somehow, even myself, within 24 hours, my whole situation changed. So it's like you never know what's going to happen. And I feel like sometimes it's like right before they see you're ready to give up. And they're just like, nope, here we are. You know what I mean? Why that happens, I have no idea. Maybe it's trying to show you that, how you should believe more and have more faith. I'm not sure. So they're also telling us to watch our tailbone. So I feel like lower back and hip muscles, hip joints, vertebrae, lumbar muscle. So watch your lower back, especially, we're getting into the warmer weather in our area. So it's like, doing more gardening. Like I just went out and I was weed whacking, getting rid of all the dandelions. I know they tell you to keep it out for the weeds, but you guys know that Shavuot is happening. So for 3 days, you're not able to do work, and it's just like on the Wednesday it's going to rain. So instead of being a jungle when I get out there on the Thursday, might as well just take care of it now, right? Get on top of things. So surgery is strongly advised against, and definitely if you have to get a surgery, get it done. I think they're talking about elective surgeries, like if you're getting your boobs done or your nose done or something like that. Some cosmetic procedure, just stay away from that. So highlighting the things that we love about Sagittarius. It is a fire sign. So bravery, courage, strength, resilience. A lot of things we love about fire signs. I feel like they're like the life of the party. They're saying very overt, very optimistic, enthusiastic, likes change. Able to transform their thoughts into concrete action. So definitely someone you would want to have on your side if you're the kind of person that doesn't like change. It's like, they sit there, and they're just like, they show you how it's done kind of thing. You know what I mean? So funny enough with the meaning of this moon, they talk about that you have a positive attitude, that if when troubles come, that you always make it through. So consulting with the I Ching Chinese Oracle, we got wood. So I feel like staying solid, and they're saying thunder. So sun shen. So I feel like they're saying we're staying solid. And when we think about thunder, it's a thunderstorm. So I pray that we don't go through a thunderstorm. We know when we hear storms or, rumblings in the background or something. I definitely feel like, they're preparing you. So getting your antennas are up, you're on high alert. So I feel like, you're going to stay solid through this. And I feel like, do what you need to do to get through this storm, as long as you're not harming anyone. And I feel like you will come out. They're showing like, no storms last forever. And I'm definitely seeing like the sun coming, and pushing all the clouds away. So I definitely feel like as quickly as it came in, it comes out. So with the Chinese oracle, they mention endurance. So I feel like, going hand in hand with each other, with the meanings, like, talking about how we're able to get through the trouble. That really stood out to me. And I was just like, and going to what Sagittarius, like their endurance, they're able to endure things. Believe things will get better even if you get into trouble, so that's what really sticks out to me. And they're saying endurance, and that's exactly what Sagittarius trait is endurance. Endurance is cultivated with determination, is coupled with flexibility. Long distance runners must adapt to changing conditions while maintaining a strong sense of purpose. Two trees grow near each other, bend and adapt to enhance each other's survival. A strong image of durability is the stable relationship of intimate partners that strikes a dynamic balance between involvement in the outside world and nourishment in the home. So we were able to adapt to the fact, like, well, maybe we were out with our partner, one of them gets more attention than the other, but the partner being smart enough to realize, like, you know what, when I'm single, there's no one around. I've heard that time and time again. Even my best friend said that. He's like, you know what, Jenny? It's like, anytime I'm single, it's crickets. And I'm like, oh, I know, I've been there too. And he goes, but as soon as I get a girlfriend, he goes, all the girls come out of the woodwork. And I said, but why though? I said, because you're happy. And I said, you have a constant smile on your face because the partner you're with brings that out in you. And he's like, you're right. And I said, that's why all the girls come out of the woodwork. So you want the one that will be with you when you feel your lowest and they still found interest in you. And, it really woke him up, and he's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he's not an ugly guy at all. Like, he's a good looking guy, very talented, musically. They're saying spiritually. So it's just like, opening your eyes to, sometimes some things we're oblivious to, holding their hand a little tighter, giving them a kiss, you know what I mean? In public to show, like, I'm with her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm flattered that you feel some sort of way towards me, but, she's the reason why I'm like this. Or he's the reason I'm like this. True endurance is not based on rigidity, because endurance implies flexibility, not being locked in position. Only by adapting to change can we stay in the race. So adapting to change. So highlighting with, I love how these two are playing into each other. So, they were talking about that with Sagittarius. They love change. So maybe if you're like, I used to not like change, but then it's like, sometimes there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? So maybe this is what is going to come out in us if you are going to be going through this situation. And only by deepening our sense of purpose can we call forth the strength to win it. Continually is achieved through movement, not by keeping still. That which has ceased to grow is degrading towards death. Being actively changing, but staying strong, connected with your roots, your depths, thoughts, and feelings. I love with the tree scenario where it's like, we're growing alongside each other, and they kind of grow and adapt to make sure that they're both growing. You know what I mean? Because they're both sharing the same source of water and nutrients. They're sharing the same sun. So, they sit there and they grow together. So I love one picture they're showing me where they had planted roses, or there were just wild roses growing, and it had ended up adapting and growing into this pine tree, and it looks so beautiful. It looks so mystical and magical. But I love how, like, everything is coinciding with the oracle and with, the what they're talking about Sagittarius and their traits. So if, you do find yourself in the midst of a storm, know as quickly as it comes in, it will come out, so they are showing me storm warning. They're saying storm warning in reverse, though. So maybe you're in the midst of a storm. So the first channel card we got, was Door to Value. Threes, I definitely feel like mind, body, soul, spirit, the Holy Trinity. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So having, when I talk about like reflecting on how many times maybe you should have failed in something, or, you shouldn't have come out that on the other side of that. It's like universe stepped in and made sure you did. I feel like that's what they're saying. Like, remember how many times like you were in this situation and you always came out the other side smelling like a rose. So new beginnings in finance or career. And they were talking about with the new moon, with under Taurus, prosperity, abundance, and love, how everybody's life, not everybody, some people's lives were going to take a 180. This card shows a door with a golden coin on it, opening to a place that is filled with light and bright potential. Coins, money, and jewels fly towards you through the open door, revealing a golden city beyond. All this points to the potential for exciting new beginnings or expansion where work or money are concerned. Perhaps a new opportunity is totally unexpected, or perhaps it's something you've been working towards for quite a while. Either way, keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life. Know that anything you value may be open to you now. Remain conscious and creative, and get ready to step through the door. So I feel like they're saying, get ready for this change to come forward. So we have storm warning in reverse. Funny enough, looking for this card, it was in the reverse in the deck. But also, I definitely feel like, if you look at the actual image, it does look like a tower. So this could be revolving around the home. But it is a number 10. So if things have been kind of rocky at home, I definitely feel like they're saying it's ending. Like the storm is beginning to pull away. Clouds on the horizon. This card indicates the potential of difficulties either in the external world or within yourself or your emotional life. The difficulties is coming closer. You may have already heard rumblings or potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious and yet not fearful. So, not fearful, and that's exactly what Sagittarius was saying. We're talking about their truth, and they're saying, sorry, I just got a message. They're saying that they love change. You know what I mean? They embrace it. Leave behind fear, worry, and doubt. They're showing me the strength card. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulties, when the worst storm passes, always remember you have the power and wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. Indicates that dark times are behind you, or at least beginning to fall away. You can take heart that your sunny skies and better times are on the horizon. So definitely showing like that sun, and it's like you see when you get like a day shower, like a sprinkle, and the sun is shining, but you have a couple clouds in the sky and it's raining. You know what I mean? But the sun is still shining. So I definitely feel like, the sun is a lot stronger than these couple of clouds, and they're pulling away. The light may bring time of reassessment and redirection for you. Let yourself consider where you want to go next. It's also spend time reflecting on the difficulties that have passed. So definitely we get, especially with the daily tarot cards that came up for this week, definitely a lot of reflection happening. Remember to bring these intentions and the lessons learned into your brand new path. And don't forget them as you go forward. I know it's scary, but I definitely feel like they're saying, don't forget how many times you should fail and you never fell on your face. We took care of you. Like a 180 happened within 24 hours and nothing happened to you. So I definitely feel like, I feel like a move or a change in resonance is going to happen. So they're highlighting celebrations coming up in the family. So I feel like it's like birthdays, but they're saying anniversaries as well. So and maybe an engagement here. I feel like it's a wedding because they're saying wopa, and it's like a Greek wedding where they break the dishes and stuff. So I feel like they're highlighting the summertime because it is warmer. There's bonfires going on, but I definitely feel like they're highlighting better times are on the horizon, celebrations coming up. So you will have. I feel like a lot of people. So they're having crickets. So I'm gonna look up crickets. So definitely going to move on. It's a sign of good luck. They indicate that you work for. They indicate that all you work for is coming to fruition. Oh my gosh. Remain to take time for inner reflection and help from situations to current thought challenges. A cricket jumps around signaling something or someone is annoying you. But I definitely feel like it's things are taking a turn. I feel like you're celebrating with your favorite people. I've maybe more time with your favorite people, or significant events with your favorite people. So they're definitely playing night sound. So it's like I'm hearing the crickets, and I'm hearing the tree frogs, especially around here. Like the ground is thawing, so the crickets are very loud. Not the crickets, but the tree frogs are very loud at this time, and it's really nice to hear at night. Like it does get annoying at some point. You're trying to sleep and they're very loud, but it like in the beginning it's really nice to hear. Stands for rebirth, transformation, renewal. It may represent an inner transformation, personal transformation, professional transformation, new beginnings. So we keep getting these new beginnings. A major life change, especially if you see a green frog. Well, I just hear them. I didn't see them. So one of our cards is the Golden Mirror. Self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. But I definitely feel like with the mirror showing up, sorry, my hand shaking because I was doing weed whacking. But I definitely feel like with the mirror, there's definitely a lot of reflection. And when we were talking about, I think it was Wednesdays and Mondays cards, talking about like seeing yourself for who you truly are. They're talking about that Knight of Wands, like giving you that courage. And I definitely feel like giving you the confidence to stand taller. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean like, you're beginning to see yourself how everybody else has always seen you. You never understood like certain things, like why do they make comments? Why do they, you know what I mean? And obviously I don't feel like you believed it, but even if it was a good compliment, but I feel like, you're starting to see yourself, and maybe this is where that change and transformation comes into. But they were talking about, last week about relationships falling apart. Thinking about the long-term goals, about like the kids, like, how it will affect, them moving forward. So coming right after that Golden Mirror, talking about the narcissist, the Death card came out of the Gothic Tarot. And we talk about the Death card, it's the zodiac sign Scorpio. And when something is dead to them, they cut it out. And it is all about new beginnings, change and transformation. And we keep getting these knockings of this, and maybe you feel it, like there's a change coming about, but it's like, we've heard this before, and I feel like definitely with the state of the world, it's delayed a lot of things, but I definitely feel like, you are cutting something or someone out of your life. Definitely going back to this Golden Mirror, where they're talking about, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So I definitely feel like this is where you're cutting someone out of your life, because it's just like, this is not who I fell in love with. This is not who I want to spend the rest of my life with, because their ego has taken over and it's gotten so big that they've forgotten who they are. And, that's not who you fell in love with. So from the Divine Abundance, we have Divine Abundance. You are born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundant, not chase it. I love how we have the white elephants as well. White is like a symbol of purity. I definitely feel like the Fool. I definitely, with the white elephants. I definitely feel they're showing me, oh gosh, what is it called? I believe it's the 10 of Pentacles. I believe it is, with the white dogs as well. But I definitely feel like, happier times, are coming. Sorry, my hand's still shaking. So definitely coinciding with the storm warning, we have the Tower. So there's definitely a change of resonance here. This could be a roommate moving out. This could be your partner moving out. Going back to the Death card, cutting someone out of your life. Going back to the Golden Mirror, where it's just like, these are the things that we did not fall in love with. But they talk about there's been a shift in the foundation, but they also talk, this could be a change in resonance, minor flood or something. We're talking about this change, we're talking about this storm, and I'm not surprised that the Tower card came up. I definitely got a Tower moment with the storm warning card over here, talking about there's something at home that may change things, and this is where they're saying stay strong, stay solid. And I feel like Sagittarius is definitely, remember these words when it is going on, so, you could bring you forward, out of this situation. But we got the Queen of Cups right after that. So, the Queen of Cups is very giving. So this could be someone that assists you in this Tower moment. Or maybe they're highlighting, because you are such a giving person, this is why this Tower moment happened. You know what I mean? Because this person, they're showing you they're, a reflective kind of time. Where, with the full moon, it is a reflective time. And it's more abundant. It's more apparent during major cycles like the full moon and the new moon. And we definitely reflect going towards the waning, when we go towards the waning crescent to the new moon, reflecting on what this time has given us. What do we want to leave behind? And what do we want to bring into this next cycle? So, just keep being positive. But, I definitely feel like, they're saying that there's some major shift going on here. If it is happening right now, then, you know what I mean? Like they said, stay solid. But I definitely, with the Queen of Cups, she's very giving. All are welcome at her table. She's very nurturing, very caring. Will give the shirt off your back. So I definitely feel that's who you are. And I feel like they're saying it's time to honor who you are. You are the Queen of Cups. So you know what? The universe is like, this is not how you should be treated, with this narcissist. They're like, time to cut him out, with the Tower moment. It's going to be a shift in the home, but honor the Queen. So starting off our cards is the Six of Wands. This is from the Dragon Tarot. So you benefit from triumph, well-earned success, as carried plans and hard work bear fruit. So we keep talking about, like, all of our hard work is finally going to pay off. Like, I feel like a lot of us, some of us had to close our businesses. Some of us have taken a 50% loss, maybe sometimes more. It just, it's been a rough 2 years. And I definitely feel like you're going to see the flip side of things. Being magnificent in victory. And your moment of glory will be prolonged. This is no time for remembering petty insults and injuries suffered along the way. Because if you forget them, so will others. And I definitely, we're talking about that before when people make petty comments. It's like, I was speaking this to someone, and I said, her complimenting me, it was like the biggest, like, oh my gosh, of my career. Because this is someone that I admire and respect. And, it just kind of blew that one person that was really rude in a reading and cutting me off and not let me do what I do best. And it's just like, I would even just like utter just like the color or something, and that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, can I do my job? Can you just be quiet for like 20 minutes and let me do my job? And the second time I read for them, it's just like everything went a lot smoother, because it's like I feel like they got the point. Like, like, I'm here trying to do a job. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to, expose you. I'm just trying to tell you what Spirit wants to bring to your attention. You know what I mean? But, like they said, if I stop bringing it up, then nobody will remember it. But it's just like, when you get a reading, even when I pay for a reading, it's just like, listen to what they have to say. You keep cutting them off, you're just basically ruining your reading, because they're there to tell you information. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't confirm things, but let them tell you what the Spirit is telling them, so you can write down notes. You know what I mean? Or you can record it and listen back to it time and time again, so things will make more and more sense. You know what I mean? So, it goes on both sides. You know what I mean? So definitely be more open to listening. So on our daily tarot cards on Monday, we have the moon. So they're definitely reflecting. We usually have 2 towers here, so we're showing balance is restored. A reflective card too, Pisces. The most evolved of all of the signs. The philosopher, the last zodiac sign of the calendar. So we're starting anew. There's plenty of times in the year where we have that opportunity to restart ourselves. The astrology chart, the astrology calendar, For us, the Hebrew New Year is, in the fall time. There is a time, I can't remember what it's called, when the slate is wiped clean. So there's definitely times in the year to start over again. It's never too late to start over again. But with this full moon, definitely magnified with Mercury retrograde. I feel like this is where they're saying things are going to take a 180, and this is why. Because, the things that have, run out of kilter are now falling back into place. Imagination, mystery, dilemma, danger, illusion. A choice needs to be made that could determine your happiness for a long time ahead. You need to be guided by intuition and feelings when making this choice. But at the same time, there is real danger and delusion of being misled by wishful thinking or by someone whose judgment you trust. Times like this are true tests of character and your grasp on reality. Take the time that you need. Don't feel pressured. Don't let your insecurities manipulate you. So while I was saying don't let your insecurities manipulate you, it was 1616. Means that you should trust in your angels because they will give you their full support and love. If you believe in them, they will be motivated to do whatever you want. With the help of your angels, you will be able to reach your goals. So definitely call upon your angels, your archangels, call upon your ancestors, your loved ones, whoever it is that you trust and believe in, and ask them, like, give me the guidance, and definitely I've been asking for guidance, and it's like, open it up. Like, my ears have been ringing. Clarify the message for me if you don't understand what they're trying to tell you. So we have the Knight of Swords stepping forward. In astrology, the character of Saturn and his beckoning aspect closer resembles the Knight of Swords. So they're talking about Saturn here. So with Saturn is often called the hard taskmaster, probably because Saturn pushes us to feel ambition, set and achieve goals, create secure lives. When we understand these tasks, we usually learn important lessons through facing challenges. And we keep talking about like some storm warning, on the horizon here. Or maybe you're in the midst of a storm. So I definitely feel like, they keep talking about, bringing this up. So this storm is what brings this profound change to your life. He represents power, authority, and the law. Splitting complex arguments with the edge of his sword. His judgment at this time seems lacking in tolerance of human frailty, but are never unfair. This card usually represents an authority figure that the quantum can look for justice. I usually, when I get this card here, it's usually domestic violence. Usually the police are involved. Maybe you're screaming and then the neighbors call the police, but police are involved in some sort of way. A couple of times I've had this card come out for someone I was reading, and that's exactly what happened. The police were called by a neighbor or someone within the household, and it's usually domestic violence. They're saying that someone is not wanted there. So, maybe that's what they're highlighting here, that someone's not wanted. So we have the Hermit. I feel like we're missing something. I feel like they're saying, when the Hermit is asking the question, they're trying to bring something to our attention. And I feel like in this aspect, we're missing, they keep talking about that. Like, universe is trying to tell us something, and we're not hearing their plights and their pleads with us, and this is where, like with the ringing of the ears or crows, minor messages. I feel like, we're kind of missing the message here. So with the Hermit in reverse brings isolation, loneliness, and withdrawal, and I definitely feel like we're going inward. But I feel like they're saying, don't forget what these lessons teach us. So they're telling us to go within two ways. You're not taking enough time for personal reflection, or you're taking too much. So we definitely feel like with the full moon amplified, nothing can hide in the darkness with the full moon. So I definitely feel like with it, the energy being very amplified, I feel like, again, with the reflection, I feel like it's been a theme for this week. talking about, seeing everything for what it is. Maybe this is even seeing yourself for who you are. That keeps coming up. If you're struggling to connect with your spiritual self, the Hermit reverse encourages you to create more space to meditate and reflect. It is a time to go deep within your inner being and rediscover your greater purpose on this earth. You have been so busy dealing with the day-to-day issues that you have forgotten to listen to your inner voice. The Hermit asks you to reach deep within your soul to help you find your way again and to focus on rebuilding yourself and your spiritual on a spiritual level. Sometimes we get so engulfed in things in life, like in relationships, we forget who we are. We sit there and we're just like, you look in the mirror one day and you're like, who is that? So the next card we have is the Sun. Positivity, fun, warm, success, vitality. With the purity of the white horse, we were getting that with, what was that card? The bird's throwing me off with their squeaking. But I definitely feel like a purity situation with the sunflower success. So even with the Hermit saying you're going deep within and you're missing my cues to tell you will survive this. This happened because you've got so far off the beaten path. You've lost your way and became so absorbed with everybody else's life. You forgot yourself. You forgot to put yourself first. And you forgot who you are. When you see the Sun appear in your tarot reading or in your daily tarot pull, then you know it's going to be a great day. The Sun is shining on you. This day is the summer of your life, and the Sun embodies success and abundance, and an optimistic feeling to the situation cannot be matched by anything else. Success is not just probable, but inevitable. There is confidence aligned with this bright picture. Like the child on top of the horse, you're on top of the world. Victory is yours for the taking. So whatever that card was, it was like showing the Fool, like a new beginning. So it's like you're getting back to yourself, like to your, kind of like a rebirth of yourself, right? With the Fool, it's a rebirth. It's an opportunity in life where we could sit there and define this moment and the rest of our life going forward. This is also an eternal success. This is the kind of success that the world sees and admires. You, your life, and the situation in hand are indeed enlightened. And the abundance and prosperity you seek in this situation will soon surround you like the beautiful flowers in this card. So I definitely feel like, you're going to take a step in the positive. That you're going to say, you know what? I'm just as important as everybody else. So maybe you are leaving an environment. You are cutting someone off in your life and you're putting yourself first for once. And it's bringing all of that, all the things that you feel, all the things you love about yourself. Going back to your old music that, you haven't listened to in a long time. Wearing, clothes that make you feel amazing. Maybe it's getting a new tattoo. Putting on makeup again. Who knows what, you know what I mean? But I feel like, a lot of light is coming back in, a lot of joy, the things that you love and admire about yourself. So we have the Nine of Cups as our next card. Contentment, satisfaction, gratitude, wish come true. So I feel like by you coming back to your true roots, I feel like you're happy and content again. You don't feel so lost in this big world. You can look in the mirror and you're like, you recognize that person and you're happy. And it's like, you're excited to face the day because you're just like, what are we going to take on today? You don't sit there and like, oh, what are we going to take on today? You know what I mean? Like, you love your life again. So with the Nine of Cups, it's like you can't see what the future holds, but it's a promising one. This card could be one of the most positive cards in a reading. You're almost at your desired state of bliss. You have just a little longer to go. So going to the daily cards of this week, they were saying, usually with a page, it's like 2 to 3 weeks. I feel like they're saying 2 to 3 months. I feel like you're still putting in your dedication and everything. I feel like, but it's more, you're recognizing how you can make it work in your favor, where it's time and play, like work and play. And I feel like you're going to, you know what I mean? You're going to be at your ultimate happiness. So with the Nine of Cups, definitely talking about we don't know what's behind the veil, what's behind, what the future holds. So this is why they tell us to appreciate in what, we have in this moment. You're almost you're almost your desired state of bliss. You have just a little longer to go. If the card appears in a money spread, your ship is about to come in. If it appears in a love spread, know that the feelings you have for someone are reciprocated, and you're about to have those things validated in real time very soon. We keep talking about like this love like coming forward in our life, especially the summertime. And I feel like this is where it's like everything feels so good to be true. Like, and it's like, oh my gosh, kind of like the star card where a time of peace and harmony, wish fulfillment. And I feel like, everything that you've been wanting to happen will happen over the summer into the fall. I definitely feel like, the next, 6 months is going to be totally different from the past year and a half. So from our Divine Abundance Oracle cards, we have Inner Power. So definitely we're talking about fire signs. Sagittarius is a fire sign. Bravery, courage, strength, resilience. You do see these doves, so definitely peace on the horizon. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. And do it with a pure heart. Don't do it out of malice. Don't do it with, to get revenge. You know what I mean? Because you don't want that coming back to you. We have receiving. I definitely feel like this is from the divine because the dove, and we have the sun there. You know what I mean? Most powerful card you can get. So very beautiful. And I feel like, it's an emotional situation. And I feel like you're receiving, but I also feel like you're surrendering and you're letting go, of things that have been holding you back. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. When I started this, when I started getting channel messages, they told me 2 weeks and I was at the lowest of my low. And I was just like, okay, I'll trust 2 weeks. And within 2 weeks, boom, to that date, miracle, and everything started, and our relationships getting stronger and stronger. We moved here. They told me another date. And, it just, just trusting them more and more, receiving channel messages. That listening to that voice instead of stifling and pushing it away. I was like, okay, I'm ready to walk through the door and see what this journey has. So we have humility. So we do have an owl. So this is a major message. This is something they want you to pay attention to. Going within again with the Hermit in reverse. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. So twice we have receiving in some sort of way, but this is humility, where it's just like we get to see what our own faults are. Sometimes we don't see that, but you do see the blooming. You are blooming from this. You are growing. Again with the red, with the fire sign. So we have intuition, so following our heart. And I feel like this is our third eye. This is like our audience, clairvoyance. I definitely feel like, believe what you see. Believe, in your mind's eye as well as you sleep. If you look closer at the eye, it does look like a full moon there over a beautiful thing of water. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen and to insight and sense moment to moment what's needed. And sometimes it's correcting our own actions, inner power, receiving, humility. Excuse me. Listening to our intuition, because maybe we are the a-hole. We always are quick to point at everybody else, but it's like, what can I do to humble myself? So detachment. So I definitely feel like this is a crow and this is a minor message. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, or with or without the fulfillment of a practical desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. And if you see like her head is being highlighted here, her crown chakra. So definitely paying attention to that. Paying attention to our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, our dreams. So from the Gothic Tarot, we have the Four of Wands. So definitely highlighting the home. They're showing me astrology answers, meaning where it's like, finding a home, building a new home, moving home after vacation, some sort of something dealing with the home. And I definitely feel like with the Tower card that there's, a bit of disruption, a disturbance, or it's just like, they said like a roommate moving out. So this could be like a loved one moving out and as you guys are separating. But, they're definitely highlight. I feel like in a positive way. I know this is going to be Gothic tarot, so I may not be so happy, but the fact that they're showing me the astrology answers, I feel like they mean like Victor wearing the wreath. You know what I mean? This is, maybe you got married and this is like your marital home. But I definitely feel like, this is a happy event because they're definitely highlighting the couple there. So I definitely feel like this is a happy, blissful time. So celebrations, joy, harmony, relaxation, and homecoming. Oh, noble beast, we celebrate the first flight together. We rejoice at the freedom that we feel within and the excitement at the adventures to come. So at least it is in a positive, something. You don't know what you're going to get with the Gothic Tarot. It could be the most positive card and they say the most darkest things. You're just like, okay. But I definitely feel like, we're highlighting celebrations, and I feel like more time with the people that we love the most. So we have the Eight of Swords coming right after the Four of Wands. So I definitely feel like you're kind of like, where they tell us to call upon our guardian angels. I definitely feel with all the feathers around, we are calling upon them in this decision. I feel like you may be leaving someone behind. So maybe this is moving away from one family member to move closer to another one. I'm not sure, but I definitely feel like you're kind of torn on what decision to make. You're tied up and you're just like, either way, someone's going to get hurt in the situation. But you got to do what's best suited to you and your family, and I don't mean that in a bad way or anything like that. I just feel like, for the future, as it is, caught in a circle of light, we do not know which step to take. Far darkness is all around. I wouldn't let you stumble, but it is your actions alone that could take you forward. And I feel like this is where, we got to make the decision, negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality. But I feel like it's not necessarily negative thoughts. I feel like it's a restriction. And I feel like you feel obligated to stay where you are with this Four of Wands. Again, so it's, moving away from like maybe elderly parents to move somewhere that would benefit you and your family, in the future. And it's like making that decision. Oh, I really like this. It's Medusa. I love Medusa. So the Hangman. So they want us to change our perception. Funny enough, we feel restricted with the Eight of Swords. And it's like asking your guardian angels for help. But at the same time, it's like the Hangman is like, what is restricting you? You know what I mean? Like, how are you being restricted in some way? Is this by yourself? Like they were saying, like your emotions? Or is someone making you feel restricted? Like when they tell you to cut yourself free and then you could change your point of view, which is the Hangman. So it's like you have to take the action to free yourself in this situation. You could only, I feel like it's like free to live your life and free yourself from, you know what I mean? When we're going back to the Death card of cutting someone out of our life, you know what I mean? Is this person been hindering you for so long? And now you have the chance to free yourself from this restriction. So with the Hangman, pause, surrender, let go, new perspectives. But I feel like something has kept you restricted. I don't feel, this is not playing the victim. I feel like that they're saying misled, and we're restricted in some way. And I feel like this is the opportunity to cut yourself free. I definitely feel like, by cutting this tie will set you free. She entreats us to release our fear and to succumb to her soft embrace. However, in doing so, we know that we would be lost forever. Only in such a sacrifice would we shine with glory of divine understanding. When you sit there and look into Medusa's eyes, yes, she's an enchantress, she's a beautiful woman, but at the same time, like they said, you're stuck forever. That's it. And I feel like they're saying, you've been restricted for so long. This is the opportunity to free yourself. So why not take that opportunity and run? So this is going to take strength. Funny enough that, strength keeps coming up. Bravery, courage, strength, resilience. We keep mentioning that, the fire signs, what we love about them the most. So this is going to cause some disruption. But it's like, calling upon your inner power. Like this temporary storm will not last forever. Strength, courage, influence, compassion, persona. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that spirit will have your back. I definitely feel with all the feathers there, I feel like they're going to have your back. But I feel like they're saying this is a opportunity to take your life back into your hands. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of emotions with it. But I think it's time to live your life. I feel like it's like you've put all the work in. It's time, a rebirth of yourself, getting back to who you are. The dragon yields to the guidance of the woman, thus displaying the inner composure of the heart. For herself, she often seeks wisdom and self-discipline, an opportunity to progress along the path of personal evolution. So where is our heart card that we have there? So following our intuition, where she says inner composure of the heart. So with our heart card we have here is following our intuition. Where we feel restricted in some way with the home, this opportunity to move, but we feel constricted in some way, and it's doubly showing here that there's going to be some sort of consequence. And I feel with the feathers, again, following our intuition, it's not going to be an easy decision, but it's time to live your life. I feel like you've been living your life for others for long enough. Wow. So the snake, when we have Medusa, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. The other woman. Funny that the snake is on fire too, eh? Maybe this is what they're telling you. Whoever this person is restricting you is a snake. So I feel like cutting the ties, you reach paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. So I feel like by following your heart, your intuition, you will achieve paradise. I feel like this is the paradise you've been seeking for a while. And we have palm tree, stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, flexibility. So, I feel like this is a snake restricting you. Funny enough, Medusa is also part of that, and she has got snakes in her hair. So in setting yourself free, you could come upon the Fool. A new beginning. Leaving fear, worry, and doubt behind. So I definitely feel like they're saying you're moving forward without this person. We get that with the Death card. Cutting something out of our life. Some sort of, major change and transformation. And I feel like this is the universe giving you permission to go ahead and live your life. This whole new beginning. You're moving on. It's like no more. It's no more constriction to us. Like, you've been living your life for you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to change. It's the definition of insanity. Beginnings, innocence, spontaneity, a free spirit. And I feel it's free spirit. So I feel, again, you're being set free. And it's up to you if you want to take the opportunity to set yourself free and continue moving in that path. Like I said, it's not going to be an easy decision. There's definitely going to be hurt feelings. But this is a dramatic person. They bring drama to every situation. When the Fool arrives in your reading, know that you are on the precipice of a new beginning or a new experience. And this experience, you will throw back all that has been holding you back thus far. This could be fear, worry, or doubt. The major arcana card says, go on your journey. That's what life is about. Whatever your new beginning is, the Fool wants you to embrace it the same way a child embraces the first day of school. So I feel like this is a redo. Going back to Mercury retrograde, I feel like where, out of, where you felt constricted. Where's my constricted card here? With the Eight of Swords, I felt like where you felt constricted and you made a decision out of fear, worry, and doubt, you wish you could go back and change it. And I feel like this is going to be the opportunity to do so. Again, the Queen of Cups. So I definitely feel like they're saying you're deserving of this because you always sacrifice for everyone else. You always ensure that everybody else's needs and wants are needed. You know, like you always make sure if you have company over, their cup is full. Even if it's not company in your house, I feel like in any situation, you make sure that everyone's good. Their cup is full, their plate is full, they're comfortable, and they're having a good time before you can take a step back and actually enjoy your time. Compassionate, caring, emotionally stable, intuitive, in flow. So I definitely feel like they're saying we're showing you who you are. Talking about that mirror. They're finally showing you who you are. And I feel like you're beginning to believe it. You have the rainbow over her cup. And I definitely feel like it's like, all are welcome at our table. And I feel like, you've been, restricted for so long. Here's the opportunity again, and they're saying, some words are going to be said and they're not going to be true. So it goes in one ear and out the other. And you know that. You'll be just fine. There's a strong sense of love and compassion coming with her. She is a joy-filled person that seeks to ensure all around her are feeling the same abundance of a love. This could be you offering nothing but joy and love to those around you. If not, then know that no matter the Queen of Cups brings to your day, she does with love and pure intentions. You can trust her because her empathetic nature allows her just to get you, without you really having to try too hard at all. When this queen appears in your day, compassion and love are coming with her. So I definitely feel like they're highlighting, saying, listen, you deserve this. You've always been compassionate and loving. This person has restricted you in some way, and enough is enough. Here's your new journey. And this is why you deserve it, because who you are. Didn't I say there were certain cards that I saw that really rang out to me? With that one card, and the Fool was one of them, with the white dog, with the purity of the situation, and the Ten of Cups. But I guess it's the Ten of Pentacles that I'm seeing with the multi-generational family. But again, with the home highlighted here. Usually that the cups are a rainbow, right? So I definitely feel like, this is a positive omen for you to definitely cut the ties with this restriction and move forward. It will be an emotional situation, Queen of Cups, Ten of Cups, like it will be an emotional situation. Divine love, bliss, relationship, harmony, alignment. So you're finally getting back in alignment. They're saying you're coming full circle on a situation. Like I said, I feel like with Mercury retrograde, this is going to be a positive redo. This is the redo you hoped you were wishing that would happen. And I feel like this is the universe saying because of how you've conducted yourself, when you could have been an a-hole, you didn't, and you could have packed up and run and you didn't. So now this is why you're being blessed. The Ten of Cups signifies happy times and a happy couple. If you're worried about love when you see this card, don't be. You have everything your heart desires, or you very soon will. There's great joy ahead and all of the people around to celebrate. This card represents a completed cycle. You may be moving to the next level in a relationship, getting married, attending a wedding, or becoming involved in something that will bring sheer joy and bliss. Don't question it, enjoy it. And we've been saying that all along. Not to question this, just to go along with it. We're finishing off is abundance. And I definitely feel like by you moving and trusting in the universe that this move is a positive move, even though it may be stressful to you, I feel like this is going to bring, the abundance that you've been seeking. Like they're saying, like it'll fall from the trees, because you've been putting the right energy out to the universe. Increasing wealth and value. This card shows a beautiful golden garden with springtime with coins and new flowers blooming all around. They even hang like fruit on the trees above. With upright, this card signals increased wealth, possibly in a dramatic and unexpected way. Be aware that you sow the seeds of your own wealth and prosperity, much like the garden working the ground and beginning to see the blooming results take hold. This card upright indicates that the universe is blessing you and helping the fruits of your labors to bloom. So smell the flowers and tend to the new growth. Be grateful and enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this full moon forecast and projections in Sagittarius for May 26, 2021. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you guys for the next daily tarot card. Bye.